Well, give a lot of credit to UTSA. Obviously, a good football team that did enough to win the football game. From our guys' point of view, I think we just put ourselves in a situation where we were down 2 scores early to just played behind the chains all game. It felt like I did like the way they responded. I thought a couple guys came in and brought some juice. I thought Josh McCray came in the game. He kind of changed the dynamic here in the game where he was running the football. The development of Isaiah Williams at wide receiver, the emergence of DJ Barker at the tight end position. I thought Art actually got better with the game as well, and some of the stuff he did. He discovered a couple first downs by running the football. Defensively, you couldn't get off the field on third down. That was probably the tail of the game. Just put ourselves in third down situations, and they kept converting. That was probably the single most frustrating part. I thought our guys, they knew the plan. They tried to execute. They competed all the way till that last play. I mean, I can't take anything away from their effort or their attitude in that regard. A couple key moments too in the game when right at the end of the half, we were trying to get a possession there with good time on the clock, and obviously the ball hit one of our defenders. We just got to be better in that moment, communicating that to our players' awareness, and then the communication on the field, because that gave them 3 points right there. That hopefully I think we had some momentum, would have been a good turn for us. But again, give credit to UTSA, and this isn't where I want to be. Obviously, I knew this was going to be a tough assignment when we started our preparation last week. I'd been on the guys pretty hard about that, and I thought they'd responded very well. But unfortunately, we weren't good enough to win today. But the worst thing that can happen from this point forward is if we don't learn from this moment, right? As bad as it tears up your insides, and it should hurt. I think it does hurt. This will hopefully be a lesson that we had to learn. Unfortunately, it sucks to go through it, but hopefully it'll be a positive thing for us in the future.
What are the biggest lessons you learned from a game like this after a nice one?
Obviously respect all, fear none. I think the biggest thing that from a defensive point of view, we got they were definitely attacking certain looks, certain spots on the field repeatedly, so we did make some adjustments, I thought, in the second half to cut that away. But that last touchdown to free hit up the middle, we just can't let them have anything for free. The game's hard enough already. You just got to make them earn every down, right, and earn every yard. We can't give away free plays, and that was a big part on defense. I think offensively, we got to be able to run the football, and be able to convert some play action passes. I thought there's some nice schemed up plays from Tony and the offensive staff to get some of those first early scores. Guys were wide open, and that's obviously a schematic design that they got that going. And then they really kind of handled the moment all the way till that last play as well as we can practice it. We just got to be able to obviously execute in time to win. I'd tell you James McCourt too. I mean, he obviously is a very special player. Just the battery of the field goal and the protection of it was very impressive.
Coach, you came out at the last scoring drive by them. It came out at obviously in an opportune time. Was it better the defense being a little tired at that point?
No, I think I actually didn't see the replay. I know it hit up inside the backside A, and it's obviously was untouched. So I believe that we had some type of stunt where our guy got cut off and was able to get to the spot where he needed to be, and that's what I'm talking about. We just can't give away free yards.
It was a long drive too. I mean, was there a little bit of fatigue involved in that?
Yeah. As long as players are out there, but we were rolling guys through there. I don't think I ever saw anybody dog it or check it in. I just obviously they executed.
Coach, I think it was inside that 45-second mark where you decided to go for a run. Only got a couple yards when the passing game was working over and over. Can you walk us through with the clock running while you chose that play?
Yeah, we came out of a break, obviously, with the play. Thought we could run the ball in there. They had been going a little bit of a three-man surface, and then they brought pressure on that one, which brought it right into it. But the guys handled it and got right back up and snapped it. I don't think it had any effect on the game.
It just looked like a struggle to get the run game going. You tried to
early.
Different guys there. What did you see on the
Yeah, they were bringing a lot of double-edge pressures early in the game. We were able to pop a couple of them, but yeah, I think the good thing was that we didn't have Chase Hayden or Chase Brown. Both those guys were dinged up. So two of our guys, more veteran guys, weren't in there. Epstein obviously left in the middle of the fourth quarter as well. So good thing was we're depth, and we discovered Josh McCray today, so that's positive.
What do you think about just the resiliency of power that early hold right to the end? Even Isaiah, I think he had 3 catches for 3 first downs in the last drive.
it's not a win or moral victory, but I guess signs of just resilience.
Yeah, I think Isaiah, this is only a second game at wide receiver. A great competitor, has really good football awareness, I thought, and you could see that Art was looking for him, I think, in those moments as well. So forcing those throws in there, he just made a couple big catches. And again, I don't want to be in this position. We don't ever want to discount anything. Obviously, UTSA is a very good football team, and credit them for winning. Just where we're at right now in this program, we weren't able to do the things we need to do to win. We're not going to stay here. We're going to move forward, and we unfortunately have to go through a few days like this to get there.
Carter Franklin's a really good player. Obviously, what did you see from him, and how did you guys
Who's that?
slow him down in the second half?
Who's that?
Franklin, the wide receiver.
Oh, yeah. I think he had 130 in the first half, right, and then went on 50. So, yeah, an opportunistic guy. That quarterback was hitting. And again, we were giving up, in my opinion, and they were unabated, right? They were able to get some easy catches and runs that got some big yards there in the first half, and thankfully we were able to change that going in the second half, which really got us back in the game.
Coach, last week defensively you seemed to have a little bit more success, and outside of the converting, allowing them to convert on third downs, what do you think really kind of led to the struggles on that side of the ball?
Without a doubt, it's exactly what you just said. Third downs. You force people into third downs, you're gonna hopefully be able to convert some of those and get off the field. We just weren't able to do it. I think that was probably the end all tally on the day. The last touchdown to have it pop free, without anybody touching it in the A gap, obviously is an issue. Yeah, he's a good player. We got guys rolling through there, but Keith is not only a good player, he's a guy that on the practice field brings good energy. He's kind of got that big play potential. So unfortunately, that injury hurts us. And see where he's at. I really don't know where the injured guys are at right now for moving forward, but I know that he's probably going to miss a little bit of time.
What are a couple of things you're going to be looking forward to practicing the next couple of days based off today's performance?
What are we going to be looking forward to?
What are you looking to really work
on? Well, as is the case on Sunday, whether you win like last week or lose like this week, Sunday is a big day of learning, right? We got to be able to take the moments that we, as coaches, can coach off of. Biggest thing is we got to learn why there was failure today, right? We can't just say, "Oh, this play happened." We have to understand it as coaches. We have to execute it as players, and we got to be able to communicate that. And sometimes that's the most difficult challenge. And then obviously turn the page quickly to jump into Virginia. I know they won today, so to go there and play in a hostile environment, it's going to be new for our guys, our coaches. So there's a lot of things that we got to get right, and a tall task in front of us. But it'll be one I know our guys will be ready for and be excited to work.
Brett, you did say last weekend that the defense was a little shaky and ugly sometimes even in a win. Like, are you seeing corrections being made throughout the week leading into
I said the defense looked shaky.
or ugly in execution?
Any game has success and failures, and the part that the game of football I've really learned, right, there's no play from last week that carried into this week, and nothing's going to carry forward into next week. Each game is its own independent soul. Defensively today, I think the story was third downs, and obviously we made an adjustment and got that corrected, and they weren't able to do it the same way in the second half, which I give them credit for, but we needed to come up with a stop at the end, and we did that, thankfully, but we had to burn in 3 timeouts and gave ourselves a chance to at least make a run at the end.
Okay, last question. Brett, you said something along the lines of we need to go through this and learn from it. Is that, we're not going to change the program around overnight, but like, what is going through this?
Well, this hurts, right? I mean, it's a non-conference opponent. It's someone that I knew going as soon as I started watching the film last spring. I knew this was a good football team. I knew they had a lot of seniors back, just like we did. I know that their coaches are really good coaches, and they would have a plan. They would come in here and execute it. Had all last spring and fall to get ready for it as well. So I knew it was going to be a challenge from the get-go. So I think our guys have to experience and learn, right, the things like even just like that last bubble that broke on the outside. We had a leverage player outside. He stuck his nose inside, and all of a sudden it's around the end for a touchdown. You can't give them free yards, right? So unfortunately that happened. The good side of that is hopefully we got a group of coaches and players that'll understand when that moment comes again why you can't act that way for that to happen. We just did enough things that hurt ourselves, and not taking anything against UTSA. They did a great job of executing, but we can't do certain things and expect to beat a good football team while doing that.